Here's some random pointless facts about the Batman Arkham franchise that you may have never seen before. Some of these facts have been submitted by viewers who I've credited below, and if you want the chance to be featured in the next facts video, then be sure to comment your pointless or not so pointless fact below. If you're old like me, you will remember PlayStation Home. If not, it was a virtual 3D social gaming platform, kinda like Second Life before the PlayStation 3. But in PlayStation Home, there's actually Batcave Outpost content that you could get by owning Batman Arkham Asylum for the PS3. It featured a hideout with the Batmobile, Batwing, gadgets, and you could invite your friends over to see. Sadly, it officially shut down in 2015, but fans of the game have preserved it, allowing you to play it in 2024. At the start of Batman Arkham Asylum, it appears Joker does not seem to be a fan of the new scanner tunnel and prefers the old-fashioned way of body searching.
You know what? I prefer the good old cavity search.
Funnily enough, we can speak to a guard just before the scanner and he explains why they stopped doing cavity searches.
Scanner tunnel. We used to just do the old body search, but the loons started hiding blades and laying traps for us where you really don't expect them. This way's safer, and I still got all my fingers.
Did you know that Paul Dini, a well-known writer for writing the stories of Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, and the Batman animated series, actually wrote for more than just DC Comics? He actually wrote some episodes of the TV show Lost, which is about the survivors of a plane crash that are forced to work together in order to survive on a seemingly desert tropical island. Something funny is that it is actually referenced in Batman Arkham City by the Joker on the TV just before we come up against him in the fight in the steel mill closer to the end of the game.
Now think about it. Imagine your favorite TV show. You've been through it all, the ups, the downs, the crazy coincidences, and then bang! They tell you what it's all about. Would you be happy? Does it make sense? How come it all ended in a church?
The line, "how come it ended in a church," is the specific reference to the show. This trick in Batman Arkham City is way too overpowered and can literally make you invisible to enemies. On the way up to Wonder Tower, in order to stop Hugo Strange's Protocol 10, we can reach this part of the tower, and rather than continuing the way up like we normally would, we can instead use this trick where if you go to the end of this pole and quickfire freeze grenades as fast as possible, this will make Batman levitate higher and higher until you get the opportunity to grapple up on top of Wonder Tower. Once you get there, everything seems pretty normal, but the weird thing is though, is that the soldiers on top of the tower cannot detect you and will not attack. You can easily take them out in less than a minute and then meet up with Strange. Will you be trying this? Arkham Origins has a DLC that is absolutely despised by the Arkham community that a lot of people have forgotten about. The DLC is called the Black Mask Challenge Map Pack and features 2 maps that are just sections of the main story repackaged. To make things even worse, this was not included in the Batman Arkham Origins Season Pass, so Season Pass holders had to pay even more money to gain access. Although only €2, a lot of people felt they were scammed due to the laziness of this DLC and Season Pass holders having to pay extra. Did you get this? There's a mistake in Batman Arkham Origins that WB Montreal forgot to fix. We all remember the Great Mad Hatter mission during Batman Arkham Origins, but did you know that there's something slightly off with Mad Hatter? By switching to our detective mode, we can actually see that Mad Hatter has no bones, which is strange as he has bones in Arkham City and Arkham Knight. Some people have theorized that the reason is due to his height, that the skeleton from other models would not fit him, but what do you guys think? In Batman Arkham Knight, there's a hidden interaction you can have with Jack Ryder, which you can only get under very specific circumstances. In order to get this interaction, you need to complete the side mission, Lamb to the Slaughter, before the attack on the GCPD has begun. The reason for this is that we need to save Jack Ryder from Deacon Blackfire and have him brought back to the office. After doing this, we can continue the main story where the militia tanks are bombarding the GCPD and Batman needs to stop them. After speaking to Oracle and exiting the room, we can turn left to find the interview room where Jack Ryder works. Doing this, we can find a really cool secret that not many people have seen before. Let me know if you have.
Stay the hell back! Oh, Batman, it's you. Easy there, big guy. I nearly took you out. Don't worry, Batman. I've reported from the battlefield. I did a piece on Civil War reenactments last fall. Could you get me a gun? Call it a hunch, but the enemy might not be adhering to international humanitarian law. How are the cops doing? Scared? In need of a pep talk from someone with over 10 years of presenting experience? So, strategy. What's ours? Okay, don't tell me now. Just nod when it's time to strike. Times like this, I wish I had superpowers. These rogue paramilitaries think they can scare me? I fought Deacon Blackfire, Batman. I stared deep into the Devil's eyes, and the Devil's eyes started to water.
Thank you to Harry for this detail. There's a hidden 1960s Batman secret that the majority of people have never seen before. In order to find this Easter egg, you need to own the 1960s Batmobile set. With this, you get the Batcave set, which is a behind the scenes of the Batman 1960s show themed racetrack. Nearing the end of the racetrack, there's a barrier that you can break. Breaking this, then driving through, allows you to watch a small clip from the 1960s show.
Have done many times before as Batman and Robin, courageous warriors against crime.
Rocksteady thought of a pretty clever way to stop players from getting lost in Batman Arkham Asylum. For example, when Officer Balls captures Commissioner Gordon and we need to go back to where Gordon last was, if we get lost and head in the opposite direction, this will happen. This is a great way to funnel players into the correct place rather than adding invisible walls to stop them. Did you know in LEGO Batman 2, the game actually makes fun of Batman Arkham City and its logic of having a cut-off part of Gotham be a prison?
Information tonight that the inmates of Arkham Asylum are on the rampage once again. And this reporter has to ask, is it really such a great idea to house all these supervillains together in one place? Hey, at least the mayor's plan to let them loose in some vast walled-off area in the heart of the city got put on hold. Now that would never have ended well.
Let me know if you knew this. In Batman Arkham City, not really a fact, but more of a funny coincidence, is that when Bruce Wayne is captured by Hugo Strange and told to go to Line A, our path is blocked by prisoners in our way. The first one moves, but the second one says,
Bruce Wayne, you're on my list.
Come on! Smash him in the face!
Bang!
This is actually Deadshot, who we fight in the side mission Shot in the Dark. While this is happening, we can see that a list of people that worked on the game on the right side of the screen. The interesting thing about this though is that when we first go up to Deadshot, the lead environment artist will be credited, and their name, funnily enough, is Will Smith. I say this funny as 5 years later, the actor Will Smith will go on to play Deadshot in the 2016 movie Suicide Squad. Here's a cool reference to an actor that played the Penguin in the Adam West TV show. Once we lock up Tracy and take out the thugs blocking the entrance to the theatre, we can find a small model of a boat. This boat is actually the final offer, but if we play the audio tape, we can actually find out that the final offer was not its original name.
Behold, the final offer. Ain't she a beauty? And to think I bought her for a song of a band of Somali pirates. They were gonna sell her for scrap if you can believe it. Now, she weren't always called the final offer. That was my work of genius. In a previous life, she was the hybrid cargo cruise liner, Olivia B Meredith. A proud old ship indeed.
Although the ship was called Olivia B Meredith, this is a reference to Oliver Burgess Meredith, who played the Penguin in the Batman 1960s show. Did you get this reference? Something great about Batman Arkham Origins is that we get an early look at Batman before we meet him in Asylum. We can see this slow transition by going to the Batcave. Once we exit the Batwing, we can come over here to see the Batmobile, which is in very early development and looks very similar to the Batmobile we saw in Batman Arkham Asylum. A gadget that first appeared in Batman Arkham Asylum was the line launcher, and we can actually find this on a workbench in the Batcave also. It looks a lot bigger and bulkier than the Asylum version if I'm not mistaken, but let me know what you think. If you're planning on checking out these, you actually have to do it before Bane's attack on the Batcave, as after that, both the Batmobile and workbench with the line launcher are destroyed, which is kinda cool in a way, meaning that you could easily miss it if you sped through the game. There's an easy to miss statue of an unknown person in Batman Arkham Knight that we can find in Chinatown not too far from the clock tower holding a book. The name under this statue is Robert Hallhouse, who you may think is a lesser known character from DC Comics, but he is actually a Rocksteady employee that apparently won a raffle at work, which the reward was getting his name put on the statue. We can actually find the statue in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but without Robert's name, glasses, and the book is missing. I guess in this case that it was just a reused asset and nothing further to look into. Although I love Batman Arkham Asylum, I will happily admit that Arkham Knight is a huge upgrade graphically. In a Game Informer interview where they spoke to Albert Flew, the lead character artist at Rocksteady Studios who has been working with them since Batman Arkham Asylum, said that just one character in Batman Arkham Knight has as big of a poly count as Arkham Asylum, the whole environment. That is insane to think about, but it shows how much detail went into Batman Arkham Knight and how gaming has advanced in only 9 years. What is your favourite Batman Arkham fact of this video? Comment down your pointless or not so pointless fact below. Be sure to like and subscribe. That's all for now. My name is Foe and Slan.